FlossTube, it's Sarah, our Stitching Kingdom. Welcome back. And sorry, the sun is a little sunny today, and I'm not gonna take it because it's been one of those months where we've not had a lot of sunshine. So welcome back. It's Sarah, our Stitching Kingdom. It is Thursday, the 20th of February, and I hope you guys are having a great week. If you're new here, welcome, and I appreciate you being here. And if you are an old visitor or a returning visitor, let's not say old because if you're a returning visitor, I'm happy to have you. And I have gotten a lot of new subscribers. I've hit 500. I'm so very thankful for you guys. Thank you, thank you. And if you're new, just pop a comment down below where you're from and who sent you, and let's get to know one another. I'm really excited. Got a lot of stitching done these last couple weeks. I said I was gonna do every week. Last week it just wasn't happening. So got some stitching, got some haul, some life updates, and let's get into it. I've gotten a couple of page finishes, a couple of month finishes, so I'm super excited. And I hope you're having a great week. So let's get into the stitching. When I left you, I was working on the Linens and Threads Quaker for 2020, and that's also, sorry, I'm reaching over here, also one of my WIP goals for February. And my goal for that is to be caught up with the months, basically. And I finished February. Oops. And this is being done on 40 count tombstone from Color and Cotton, and the February motifs were this big star, this one, and this cool plant. And then I'm going to be putting in the initials later on just to see where they fit and everything. And it's done in Silks for You PR094. So love this, and I'm all cut up. I just have to wait for March to come out, and then I can get March completed, and I'll still be on my WIP Go goals. And then I worked on Thine is the Trick and the Treat as well 2 weeks ago. That's also on my WIP goal. My goal on that one is to finish a page on this. And I'm getting close. This is by Prairie Moon. It's available on their website. And I'm stitching this on Properly Primitive by Under the Sea Fabrics with Night Sky by Dinky Dyes. It's a 40 count as well. And this is where I'm at. I finished the little cat guy. I used this for a challenge for Magical Stitches where we had to stitch on something luminescent, a floating luminescent dream, and I used the stars. And then I also got part of Halloween done, and I got this cool little dude done here. And so I've got a few more motifs to go until I finish. Let's see here. Yeah, I've got a bit to go until I finish my goal, but that's okay. They're pretty quick. I also started on the bat that's down below Halloween, so that'll be fun to stitch on. And put that away. Come on. And if I don't put it away, it's going to be chaos, so we don't want that. And I'm just leaning forward to look at my notes here. And then I worked on Thine is the Trick and the Treat. I worked on, for Enchanted or Magical Stitches, what's closest to a finish, and on that I worked on Cauldron Cleaner, and I also used this as kind of my stitching piece for no, I haven't used it since, but I got 300 stitches in it for closest to a finish. I did not finish it because I've got a lot of that purple to fill, or that orange to fill in, so, and then some of the stuff down here. And if you haven't seen Kathy Haberman's Santa's release that are similar inside, that are similar shaped to these scary apothecaries, go and watch her last video because so cute. So fun. And then I worked on something that I'm going to be giving away, and that's actually for Enchanted Stitches, and for Enchanted Stitches it's something I'm going to be giving away. And then another thing is stitching on a face. And so this is the Dragon Biscornu by Tiny Modernist. I also used this for my alphabet soup. D is for dragon. So, and this is on 14 count, so he's going to be a little big. I should have done him on like an 18 count or something, but it's okay. So I did this part of the face because you had to stitch on the face, so I started with this face. Oh, there we go. So I started with that face and then finished up the stitches on this face and then came back and did the rest of the stitches on that little guy. So it'll be fun. I'm excited to work on him. And I love the Tiny Modernist Tiny Biscornus. Like, she's got great instructions and they're fun little motifs. Let's see, put him right there because he's smaller. We'll actually put you there. And so Fit got some work on him. I also got to work on the stretching portraits for a few things. I worked on that for summer and also for something that reminds us of death or of winter and Olaf snow. So I got a lot of work done on stretching portraits. Well, not a lot. I got the frame of the next one done. And this is on 32 count Doblin Sea Witch by Under the Sea Fabrics, using the called for DMC except for the faces. I darkened them up because with this fabric, the called for the face was washed out really bad, and I didn't want that to happen. So, and this is by Good Morning Maui. So you had to stitch on, for magical stitches, I had to stitch on something with 3 people. And then, like I said, for enchanted stitching, something that reminds me of death, and so, or cold, so death is pretty cold, gravestones are pretty cold. And then 3 people, and then for Olaf's nose, I'm using the rose that she's holding, because it's fun to have flowers as noses. And then, let's see here. Then I also worked on Pretty Little Hawaii. It got a lot of work done last week, and then also, or this week, because it got over 1,000 stitches done on it this week. And then it got a few stitches done last week. And I got a page finish, so exciting. And so the top right page is finished, and then I'm working on the bottom right, which actually only goes to, it'll go to a little bit below these waves right here, and then the rest is on this side. So I'm getting the Arizona memorials right here. There's these cute little whales, and this is just some fill-in with waves and water. So I love Pretty Little Hawaii. That's by Satsuma Street. And it's a fun little stitch. There's like big blocks of color. There's not much in the way of back stitching. I mean, the tiki guys and then the whales will have some back stitching on it as well. And then over the weekend, so starting the 15th, from that Saturday and Sunday, I wanted to work on my Haid. And I think I'm gonna be doing like a full coverage Friday or something like that. Day in the week where I'm going to set aside a day, and just the only thing I work on that day is going to be one of my full coverage pieces, because I have 2 on the go and want to get progress done on them. So I got a lot of progress done on Once Upon a Fairy Tale, and this is by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I just got the regular. I did not get the supersize max color. It's only 90 colors. So that's what it'll look like in 500 years when it's done. And that's where I am right now. So it's really cool because right here is a lantern, and it was really fun to get those reds and stuff done instead of all the purples, because there's like lots of blue, lots of purple, lots of gray, and then I was really excited to get to those pops of browns and reds and for that. And the way I do mine is I go diagonally in the blocks of 100, and so my next block that I'm going to be doing is this top one on the top row, and that's actually 4, 5. That's going to be starting the last full block of that top page, which is kind of cool. And I did get Pattern Keeper. I was able to get my tablet to hold a charge, and downloaded the trial version. I just need to pay for it now, and it has been honestly really nice. And I told Vicky Reading and Stitching that I was not gonna do Pattern Keeper, and I'm sorry. I'm like, I lied. So, but I really have enjoyed it. It's been really nice to see the progress, and it counts your stitches daily for you, which is really nice. And it's just great. It's just really nice, and to see how it marks it off and you see the progress. And the only thing I'm not a fan of is when I'm trying to move it around and the grid lines go kind of wonky. So, but that's okay. So back to really quick on Pretty Little Hawaii. I'm just going to show you in my bag. I used this for this week's Enchanted Stitching Challenge. Not Enchanted Stitches. I used it for Enchanted Stitches as well as Magical Stitches. All these places. And I also used it for Cheryl McKinney's Daily 30 group, which is a closed group. You can't get in. She only wants to keep it really small. And I've been a member. I've just not been stitching, and I was talking to Sammy about it because she has challenges that run for 2 weeks at a time, and there's a week that everything overlaps, and I'm like, that was kind of confusing to me. And then she was just like, take it a week at a time, and I was like, oh, that's a great idea. So that's what I'm doing. And so I worked on this one because we had to do 1,000 stitches, where we had to either, we were so in love with the project we couldn't let it go, or we wanted to hole up and just stitch. And this is, basically the same thing. 1,000 stitches on this is where I got my page finish. I also used those 1,000 stitches for the Daily 30 group, something that reminded us of spring, summer, or spring, autumn, or the sun. And so, because I always think of a nice sunny beach, and where I am in Utah, they like to go to Hawaii or somewhere warm during the winter, spring months because it's cold here. And then also something that related to Lord of the Rings, I used the volcano here because that's where the ring, so Mount Doom was a volcano, and that's where the One Ring was forged and had to be destroyed. And so I used that. So it got some real good attention this week. I was really happy about that. Oh, and I'm missing one of my projects. I thought I had it. Oh, please. So one of the other things I had to do was to work on something difficult in Enchanted Stitches. And one of the things that I find difficult is keeping up with the SAL. And I did not succeed on this one. This is one of the first SALs I ever did. Did not keep up with it. And this is the Felt with the Heart SAL that Christine from Stitch All the Things and Stephanie from Just Keep Stitching, they started this like a year ago, something like that. But I only had, and then for Cheryl's group, I had to do something with sheep. And so there's 2 sheep right there. And this is my something difficult because it's hard to keep up sometimes. And I looked, and I only had to finish this top page. So this is this is part 2 right here, and then from up here, I only had like a couple of rows on this house to finish stitching, and I would have had part 2 finished. So I finished part 2, and then did 300 stitches here. And so I just have to, it'll be nice to finish the rest right here, and then I just have to move the Q-snaps over that way. So, and this is by Lizzie Kate. This is the Things Unseen Mystery Sampler. that is lots of fun to do, and it's really cute, and it's like, oh, I'm that close to being done. I really need to work on it. It's crazy about that sometimes. So that got some love yesterday, or on Tuesday, and then one of the ones for Enchanted Stitching is to, and also something I had to wait to start, is Sister Suffragette by Summer House Stitch Works. I liked this one because it's got the buttons. It's got the buttons in it, and I really like that one. So, and I'm doing this one for something that you're very passionate, that is your life, and I love working with Girl State and the American Legion Auxiliary and Votes for Women. So what better one to work on? And this I'm actually working on for a gift for my director this year. And you can't really see it that well, but there's a dove right there. I think I might outline him in some backstitching just to make sure that it's seen. So got to get that done. And so the dove is the end of the page, and then Votes for Women's across the top, and then there's 2 more little banners that way. So it'll be a quick stitch once I get back to it, and I have to finish it by June. So, and then I'm working on, for Enchanted Stitches and for the Daily 30, I'm going to be putting 300 stitches, probably about 500 stitches into this one, which is my Alice by Mirabilia. So I have to stitch on something that has legs but you can't see them, and something with hair, and Alice has both. And then something related to a party, and she's in a nice fancy party dress. And I'm also stitching on her for Vicky reading and stitching for her birthday sal in reading in Virtual Stitchers. So that's how far I've gotten. Her corset's done, her gloves are done, and I'm just working on the purples down here. So she's gonna be getting some more love today. I really like working on her. So that goes here. And then the other piece I'm gonna be working on this week is cackle lozenges. Hopping into play-ons really quick. I have to find it. Because in Cheryl's group, we have to work on something with a frog. And that one it has to have a frog on it. I want to say it's right here. And there's the cute old frog right there. So that's going to get started this week. Get a good amount of stitching on it. And then, oops, there we go. And so I'm going to hop into purchases really quick, and then we'll talk about a giveaway. It'll be my birthday giveaway / 500 subscriber giveaway. Super excited, super grateful for all that. And it'll be super fun. So I ordered, let's see here, I'm gonna put these all together. I'm going to StitchCon. There's 100 and, oops. Where's my little countdown? There's like 110 days. $111 days until StitchCon, so super excited for that. And I'm going to make some needle minders. I ordered these cute little roses, but they're really tiny, so I think I'm just gonna make mini needle minders or like clusters with a few of them. So if anybody has any ideas on that, let me know. And then same with these. I thought they were gonna be bigger, but these ones are actually really cute. They're little hearts that are kind of mermaidy. They've actually got flowers on them instead of scales. And I think those are more hearts. And then these ones are really fun. They're little mermaid scale ones, but again, they're a little smaller, but I think those will work for some small needle minders. And then I got a couple wooden ones that are super fun. They're kind of like a wooden mandala button. I'm really excited about these ones. And I could actually probably use some of those as backings for these. But, so I like these wooden buttons. So there's that size, and then there's some that are a little bit bigger. So, and then I also, Stitch West, the Stitch West dates have been announced. I will link Deb and Kef's video where they announced that in the description box below. It is the 15th through the 18th of October, UEA weekend if you're in Utah. So, which is really fun because then you don't have to worry about taking off. You know, people are out of school and stuff, and it'll be fun. I had, when I got my Color and Cotton box back in July, there was a gift card in there for like $10 off, and so I ordered some dried sage, and this is a 40 count, and it's really pretty. It's kind of a coppery, like browns and blues. It's kind of looking green, but in the real light it is like browns and blues. It's really pretty. That'll be a fun sampler piece. And then I am doing the Alice in Wonderland Sal by Satsuma Street, and I'll link that below. And then I just got the kit. That blue linen is so pretty. And then this is the DMC that it came with, so that's really gonna pop on that, I think. Super excited. And that can start, and that one starts on the 28th of February. So that will be fun. And that's my haul for that. And then, so for the giveaway, I've got a couple of things I've been collecting, and it's all gonna come in this bag. This fun little bag that I got from winning a giveaway, because I just don't use those type of bags, and which is fine. And so in there is gonna be this Little House Needleworks rose sampler. And this is all in the giveaway, so let's see. There might be a couple of bonus things thrown in. This one is Stand Strong, the Giving Basket, and it's actually got all the stuff to finish it, and even some fabric in there. And in here is also Lady Mira. And she's got the butterfly charm, and the bead pack is in here as well. So, and I have a duplicate of the quilting bee, so that's in there. Because I love the quilting bee, but I did get a duplicate, so. And then I have a duplicate of these cute little bunnies, the Lindy Stitches Bunny Lace Trio. And this is Tribal Dragon 2. So there's a nice variety of stuff in here. Oops. This one is one I got in the Stitchy box, and it was the hard pattern. It's the Rainbow Unicorn. And then this is one I got, another one I got in the Stitchy box. It's called the Autumn Sampler. Oops. And it's a nice redwork sampler. That one. And then this one is the Garden Glade, the Carriage House samplings. So there's a few things in here, lots of fun. It's a combination of both my birthday and my 500 subscriber giveaway. And then this one, oops, is Good Things by Praiseworthy Stitches. And it says, he gives good things. And then the last one is this Alice in Wonderland Bothy thread. It's the Got Things Fallen, and it's the I'm Late, and that's the full kit. So, and I thought I was going to be able to stitch that. There's some things that I'd like to stitch, but I just don't have the time to do so. So, I'm just going to use Random Comment Picker, and the rules are to be a subscriber, and I will check to as Diana says, be grown, be 18, or have your parents' permission so I can say, you can give me your address so I can send them. It's open internationally. I will send it anywhere, and I just want to give it to you as a thank you that I appreciate you coming back and visiting with me, and I appreciate your kind words and your kind thoughts. I appreciate this community so much. Carla from Rolodex Stitches, she shouted me out in her latest FlossTube video, so you go watch her. She's amazing. I love her so much. And oh, I've got stuff falling on the floor here. And it was just really sweet the way her kind words. It just kind of, this community is amazing, and there's so many good people out there, and I've made so many friends, especially in Virtual Stitchers, and we just have a great time there. And it's like a retreat without leaving your home, and you get to know everybody, and they become your friend. And I just really love this community, and I'm very grateful for everybody who's here. And I was telling my husband the other day, because I'd gotten a message about a stitching challenge group that I'm in, and they're like, yeah, and I was like, I appreciate you thinking about me, but I'm already doing this. And she's like, well, we watch your activity in the feed, and we were impressed. And it was just like, oh, I'm popular. I'm not, it's not popular. I'm liked. And I felt like, I'm not getting picked last for gym class. Not that I would feel like that, but it was just a really cool thing to know that some stranger who didn't even know me was watching the stitching that I was doing in this group, and they were impressed, and I just thought it was really cool. So plans is to work on my Once Upon a Fairy Tale, get some extra credit done for that in Enchanted or in Magical Stitches. Ugh. And to just work on, I've got a couple of New Year or 29th starts. Jessie Marie's going to be announcing the new WIPGO numbers for March next week, so I'm super excited for that. And we've got some challenges going on in Semi-Sane. Snowball Fight's been really fun. I've kind of petered off doing it, but I've really liked Alphabet Soup. Next week is E is for Eagle, so I'm going to be working on is letter E, so I'm going to be working on my Sue Coleman Eagle for that. My birthday's coming up on the 24th, and it's just super exciting. It's been a fun time. It's been a fun week. My youngest son, Nathan, got accepted to the high school that he wants to go to next year, so that was great news. Alice's dance competition starts next month, so we're excited for that and the time that it's gonna be. I just hope you guys have a great week. Thank you again for the likes, for the subscribes, for the comments. I love hearing what you have to say. I love visiting with you guys. I love visiting with your channels. Happy birthday today to Vicky Reading and Stitching and Angie the Hibernation Stitcher. February birthdays are the best. Happy birthday last week to Stephanie, Stitch Goes My Heart. Trying to think, Belinda Aussie Stitcher has a birthday coming up the next couple days. So to all you February babies, happy birthday. It's the best week, best time. So hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.